Hi, Joe from Belt Up Quick Bits here. Today we're going to go through a parallel park. So we're going to do some manoeuvring today, and today we're going to do a parallel park which will help you for passing your driving test and also help you for real life driving as well. I'm in the automatic today, but it doesn't matter what vehicle you're in because it's the same procedure whether you're in a manual or an automatic. One thing I want to say with the parallel park is that when you are reversing, any reversing manoeuvre, we always talk about the back wheels. The back wheels is where you pivot from. Even though the steering comes from the front of the car, we actually pivot from the back wheel. So it doesn't matter what car you're in, a van, a little smart car, a Corsa, a Yaris, doesn't matter because your steering actually moves from the back wheels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk my way through this manoeuvre and then you'll be able to see it from a bird's eye view as well. So on your driving test, there'll be a target vehicle ahead of you, and the examiner will say something like, ahead of you is a car we're going to do the reverse park around. We're going to pull up alongside the vehicle, then reverse park close and parallel to the curb, trying to keep the manoeuvre within 2 car lengths. Now that's quite important, the 2 car lengths business, because there won't be a car behind you. It will be an imaginary car behind you. But in real life, we shouldn't really be picking a gap that's any smaller than 1.5 of your car lengths. Okay, so we're going to crack on and do this. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. Okay, so I'm going to go into a forward gear. In this case, it's drive because I'm in the automatic. Okay, so I'm going to pull away. So I'm checking all around, making sure there's no one around. And I'm going to pull up alongside the target vehicle, about 1 meter away from it and just in front of it. Okay, so as soon as I'm in position, I want to put my reversing lights on. Now I do that by going into reverse gear. Now it's telling anyone coming behind that I want to go backwards. Okay, so as I go backwards, this manoeuvre stepped into different stages. Okay, so I'm going to go back until my back wheel is in line with, in this case, the back of the vehicle. It doesn't matter if the car is parked the other way. In that case, it would be the front of the vehicle. Okay, so I'm talking about the back wheel. The back wheel is where I pivot from. So I've stopped here. You haven't got to stop, but it's handy to stop because the next movement is steering and my front's going to swing around, so I've got to make sure that there's no one around. Now, with regards to the steering, people get confused as to which way the steering goes. Well, you want to go to the curb, so we're going to steer to a left motion towards the curb. Okay, so I'm going to check my blind spots. There's no one about, so I'm going to steer one whole steer to the left. Now my main vision needs to go out the back window because that's the direction I'm moving, but I'm just holding that steering wheel as it is, one whole steer round. Now I keep checking my blind spot, making sure that no one's coming, and I'm going to come round to about a 2 o'clock angle, 45 degrees, so 12 o'clock being straight, 1 o'clock I'm at now, I'm going to go to about a 2 o'clock angle. Okay, all the time I'm checking my blind spots, making sure everything's safe around me. So I think I'm about a 2 o'clock angle now, so just for the purpose of this I'm going to stop again. Okay, have another check round. At this angle, I'm going to straighten up my wheel. Now we only steered 1 steer to the left, so surely it's only 1 steer to the right again. Now I need to go backwards. Now this is the tricky bit now. We're going to go back until our back wheel, remember our pivot point, the back wheel is about 1 meter away from the pavement. Now I'm always checking my left mirror there, but constantly looking over my left shoulder out the back window. And I'm going backwards until my back wheel's about 1 meter from the curb. At that stage, which I think I'm at now, I'm always checking around the vehicle, okay? I'm going to steer just 1 steer to the right because I don't want to hit that pavement, so I want to come away from it, okay? So my eye's always around, making sure it's always safe, and I steer 1 whole steer to the right. Just holding that along now. Now I keep looking at my left-hand door mirror, seeing how I'm coming around to that pavement, and then, oh dear, I've hit the pavement. Well, that's easy sort, okay? Because all we're going to do is just pull it straight into that park position now. Okay, so I've gone into a forwards gear. I need to check it all around, and then I bring it round tidily in to a parked position beside this car. Handbrake on, select park, go and do my shopping. Okay, so I've just been asked, does it matter if you hit the pavement? Well, no, not really. There's a big difference between touching the pavement, which I've just done, and hitting the pavement. Hitting the pavement is bad because you could mount the pavement, and that's where pedestrians are. But if you touch the pavement, you're going very slow and under control. So actually it doesn't matter. Yes, you shouldn't do it. Yes, you're going to get what they call a driver fault. You might know that as a minor fault. But any correction is allowed. But before you do any correction, you've got to check all around you. Okay?